Yo, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I have an incredible self-working card trick that you can use with a borrowed pack of cards. Now, before we get into it, do me a massive favor. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. And even better, if you can like the video, it really does help me produce more videos like this. So, here's why it's so good. So this is my pack of cards here. This is the spectators. Now they can shuffle them as many times as they like. So let's pretend I'm the spectator and I give them a shuffle. And then you take them and you say, look, every time a pack of cards is shuffled, as you can see here, they are never ever in the same position mathematically. They can never be shuffled in that order again. So you ask them to pick them up and deal a couple of cards onto the table and then just give them a shuffle. And then just take a few from the middle, there we go, however many they want, and just give the cards a shuffle again. And there we go. And then if you reach in the middle and just grab a couple of more, like so, and just place them on the table and give them another shuffle. And if they can just go ahead and grab, a few more and just chuck them on the table like that. And then you tell them to deal them onto the table one at a time. And then wherever they've stopped, which is right here, you place this card face up onto the pack and the rest just go on top. And you say, now you're probably wondering why this pack of cards has been sitting here. Well, let me explain. You see, I kind of knew what would happen throughout this sequence. You shuffled the cards in any position that you wanted to, and you took some from the middle. We are going to deal one card at a time onto the table. Let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in the 10th position, we both have a jack of diamonds. Now, I have to tell you something. I kind of knew that this was going to happen. How did I know? Because obviously I'm a magician. But I knew so well that you were going to deal into the 10th position a jack of diamonds that I didn't even bother to bring the rest of the cards. And that's a real miracle. And let's see how that's done. All right, so to pull off this trick, the first thing you need to do is like the video. Please do me a favor, like the video. It really does help a lot. It helps more people see it, that's all. But here's how it's done. So if you don't have a blank pack of cards, that's fine. You don't need a blank pack of cards. It kind of just adds an extra kicker at the end, which I quite like. So if you do have it, that's cool. What you want to do is you want to take a jack of diamonds and you want to place it in the 10th position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and you want to have it face up. And with the spectators cards, you can literally have the jack anywhere because they're just going to shuffle them anyway. Okay, so we'll put these aside for now. So once we're at this point where the spectator's shuffling the cards, you then take the cards from them and you explain as you go through, you're actually looking for the jack of diamonds. But there's a little secret subtlety to get away with the fact that you're looking for a card. And so once they've shuffled them, you say, look, every time a pack of cards is shuffled, mathematically, see, I'm looking for the jack of diamonds. Mathematically, this order will never be shuffled again. And basically, I'm catching a little break, but the way I do it is like this. Look, every time a pack of cards is shuffled, I spot the jack of diamonds. The cards mathematically are never shuffled in that same order again. And it's with this hand motion as when I split the pack in half and take the jack of diamonds, and then we place it onto the top, which is right there. Okay, so I'll do that again. I'll put it somewhere random. And so after the shuffle, you remove the cards from the spectator and say, look, every time a pack of cards is shuffled, mathematically they're never in the same position again. They can never be shuffled in that same order again. And so I have just split the cards in that motion of speaking and placed it on the top. So from here, you ask the spectator to pick up the card and say, casually too, just deal a couple of cards onto the table and just give them a shuffle. And what you've done is you've dealt the jack of diamonds to the bottom of this pile. And what you are doing every time they deal a card down is you are counting how many they put down. Okay, in your mind, you're counting how many they put down. And you just want to say, give them a shuffle and just take a few from the middle and just place them on top. So every time you see cards go down, so we know there's 5 now, and so we want them to do it again until they get to 10. So they shuffle and they take a couple of cards, and we know they've just put down 2. Say do it again. So we've got 7 there now, and then take a couple more from the middle. Let's say they take 3. You now know they have 10. So what happens if they actually put more than 10 onto the table, and let's say they have 12? This is how you get away with it. You just simply say, I tell you what, get rid of 2. And they just get rid of 2 and place them back in here, and you're ready to go. You ask them to pick up the smaller pile and say, I just want you to deal them one at a time onto the table, make it a nice little pile, like so. And you say, remember, this is the important part with this trick here, is you want to embed in their mind that they have done all the dirty work. So they've shuffled, taken cards from the middle, for example. So you say, look, remember, you've shuffled the cards, you've taken cards from the middle, and you've dealt them onto the table. Check out what's on top. So we've got the Jack of Diamonds. So that's the force card. So you say, put the Jack of Diamonds on top of the main pack and just place the rest on top. And this is all clean and ready to go. And you say, look, this is the pack that belongs to me. And it's been on the table. But what we are going to do, you're going to take your pack, and one at a time, we are going to deal 1 card onto the table face down. And as you do that, obviously, 2, 3, their card and your card are going to be Jack of Diamonds at the 10th position. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they think this is the end of the trick. Okay, so that's the cool part. And you just pause for a minute and say, look, I absolutely knew that you were going to choose the Jack of Diamonds to be at 10th position. I knew you were going to choose 10 cards to deal on the table. And they may ask why, and you put these back on top, and you say, look, I knew that you were going to deal the Jack of Diamonds at the 10th position, that I didn't even bother to bring the rest of the cards. Isn't that cool? It's one of those tricks where you learn it and you go, why didn't I think of that? Is that good? Here's another little idea that I've thought of with it as well. If you don't want them to see what face-up card they put on their pile, here's another thing that you can do. So let's say we're at this point here where the Jack of Diamonds is now on top of the small pile. Instead of getting them to turn it over, ask them to pick up the bigger pack and say, I want you to also take the top card from this pile, and under the table, I don't want you to look at what this card is, but I just want you to turn it face up, and then grab the rest, and this is all happening under the table, and just place them on top of the pack. So now you've turned over 1 card and you don't know what it is. Okay, and that's honestly, it's another kicker. So it's kind of like it's a surprise for both people. We don't know if it's going to be the Jack of Diamonds or whatever force card that you choose. So I'll do that again. I actually quite like this version a little bit better than the original one I first showed you. So instead of showing that, say, pick up the bigger pack and take the top card from here, go under the table and just turn it face up. And don't let them see what this card is, and tell them to grab the rest from under the table and just place them on top, bring it back out, place it on the table, and then do the procedure where you count down to 10 cards again. And that gives just, you know, an incredible reaction, because they don't know it's going to be the Jack of Diamonds. So if you enjoyed that card trick, I hope you did. I really enjoyed teaching it to you. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and share the video as well, and turn on the notifications and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.